I, Bansi Dameja, welcome you. Shrimad Bhagavad Gita is the holy book that teaches us how to lead a peaceful, happy, meaningful, and spiritual life without renouncing this world. In the first chapter, Arjun Vishad Yog, we have seen that when Arjun saw all his kinsmen, friends, relatives, gurus on both sides in the battlefield, he was overwhelmed with emotions and he declined to fight. He told Shri Krishna that under no circumstances he is going to commit the sin of killing his own kinsmen. With this, he threw out all his arms in the rear part of the chariot and sat down. Now we proceed further to second chapter, Sankhya Yoga.
सञ्जय उवाच तं तथा कृपयाविष्टम् अश्रुपूर्णाकुलेक्षणम् विषीदन्तमिदं वाक्यम् उवाच मधुसूदनः.
Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 2, Sankhya Yoga. Sanjay said, seeing Arjun tearful, bewildered with grief, Shri Krishna said,
श्रीभगवानुवाच कुतस्त्वाकश्मलमिदं विषमे समुपस्थितम् अनार्यजुष्टमस्वर्ग्यम् अकीर्तिकरमर्जुन क्लैब्यम् आस्मगमः पार्थ नैदत्त्वय्युपपद्यते क्षुद्रं हृदय दौर्बल्यम् त्यक्तोत्तिष्ठ Parantapa.
O Arjun, how this sense of attachment has arisen in your mind in this difficult situation, because this has neither been advocated nor followed by great learned men, neither it leads to heaven nor it gives fame. So, O Arjun, do not subject yourself to unmanliness, it does not befit you. O destroyer of enemies, free yourself from shackles of emotional weaknesses of heart and prepare yourself to fight.
Arjuna uvacha katham bhishmamaham samkhye dronam cha madhusudana ishubhi pradiyolsyami pujarha varisudana. गुरून् हत्वा हि महानुभावान् श्रेयो भोक्तुम् भक्ष्यमपीह लोके हत्वार्थकामांस्तु गुरूनिहैव भुञ्जीय भोगान् रुधिरप्रदिग्धान् न चैद विद्म कदरन्नो गरीयो यद्वा जयेम यदि वा नो जयेयु यानेव हत्वा न जिजीविषाम तेव स्थिता प्रमुखे धार्तराष्ट्राः.
Arjun said, O Madhusudan, how will I fight Bhishma and Dronacharya? Because, O Arisudan, they both are worthy of worship. How can I hit them with arrows? I would not like to kill such worship gurus. Instead, I feel it will be better to beg for food to eat, because by killing gurus, I would be enjoying wealth and pleasures mixed with their blood. We do not know what is best, whether to fight or not to, and it is also not known whether we will win or they will. We do not want to kill sons of Dhritarashtra and live.
कार्पण्यदोषोपहदस्वभाव पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेताः यच्छ्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम् न हि प्रपश्यामि ममापनुद्यात् यच्छोगमुच्छोषणमिन्द्रियाणाम् अवाप्य भूमावसपत्नमृद्धम् राज्यं सुराणामपि चाधिपत्यम्.
Cowardice has destroyed my virtue of bravery. I am caught in a dilemma whether to perform my duty, and that to what? I am your disciple and am in your shelter. Kindly let me know the definite path that is good for my welfare. I am unable to find any way to get relief from sorrow that is destroying my powers. Godly position or rule over the entire prosperous earth does not seem to be enough to relieve me from my grief.
सञ्जय उवाच एवमुक्त्वा ऋषिकेशं गुडाकेश परन्तपः न योत्स्य इति गोविन्दम् उक्त्वा तूष्णीं बभूवः तमुवाच ऋषिकेश प्रहसन्निव भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये विषीदन्तमिदं वचः.
Sanjay said, O king, Arjun, the conqueror of sleep, told Shri Krishna, the master of all senses, that he did not find any good resulting from this war. Saying, O Govind, I am not going to fight, became silent. O Bharatvanshi Dhritarashtra, Shri Krishna smilingly said the following words to Arjun in a pitiable weak condition.
श्रीभगवानुवाच अशोच्यानन्वशोचस्त्वं प्रज्ञावादांश्च भाषसे गदासूनगदांसुंश्च नानुशोचन्ति पण्डिताः न त्वेवाहं जातुनासं न त्वं नेमे जनाधिपाः न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयमतः परं देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहान्तरप्राप्ति धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति.
Shri Bhagavan said, O Arjun, you are struck with grief and compassion for those who do not deserve under spell of attachment. You are talking like a pandit. Even pandits do not grieve for those who have died or even those who are alive. It is not that at any point of time you were not there. Neither it is that I was not, nor they were not there, and that also it's not true that all will not be existing in future. Jivatma, the soul in a body, grows from childhood to young and then turns old. This change is continuously taking place. In the same way, Jivatma on death of a body enters another, and the sane and the stable are not grieved by such a change.
मात्रा स्पर्शास्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्णसुखदुःखदाः आगमापायिनो नित्या तां स्थितिक्षस्व भारत यं हि न व्यथयन्त्येते पुरुषं पुरुषर्षभ समदुःखसुखं धीरं सोऽमृतत्वाय कल्पते नासतो विद्यते भावो नाभावो विद्यते सतः उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽन्ध त्वनयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः.
O son of Kunti, as summer and winter, even pleasures of senses are temporary, nothing is everlasting. O Bharatvanshi Arjun, to bear these with ease is best for you. O nobleman, the wise who is not affected by the influence of senses does not dwindle in relation to outside conditions and remains stable under all circumstances. Such a wise is eligible for liberation. The seers of truth have concluded that material body has no existence and the soul does not undergo any change.
अविनाशिदु तद्विद्धि येन सर्वमिदं ततं विनाशमव्ययस्यास्य न कश्चित् कर्तुमर्हति अन्धवन्द इमे देहा नित्यस्योक्ता शरीरिणः अनाशिनो प्रमेयस्य तस्माद्युध्यस्व भारत य एनं वेत्ति हन्तारम् यश्चैनं मन्यते हतम् उभौ तौ न विजानीतः नायं हन्ति न हन्यते.
The soul that pervades the body is indestructible. None can destroy it except it to be eternal. Atma, the soul, is eternal and will remain in the true nature. O Bharatvanshi, you fight, only bodies will perish. Neither soul gets killed nor it can be killed. The one who cannot understand this nature of the soul is highly ignorant.
न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणः न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. वेदा विनाशिनं नित्यं य एनमजमव्ययम् कथं स पुरुषः पार्थ कं खादयति हन्तिकम्. वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि.
O Parth, the soul is neither born nor does it die. The soul is, it was, and will always remain. On destruction of the body, only body perishes. The soul is that energy within the body which is indestructible. O Parth, the one who knows the soul is unborn, eternal, and changeless, gets none killed, nor can he kill anyone. As a man puts on new clothes, discarding the old, the same way the soul acquires a new body, giving away the previous one.
नैनं छिन्दन्ति शस्त्राणि नैनं दहति पावकः न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्याप न शोषयति मारुतः. अच्छेद्योऽयमदाह्योऽयम् अक्लेद्यो शोष्य एव च नित्यः सर्वगतस्थाणु अचलोऽयं सनातनः अव्यक्तोऽयमचिन्त्योऽयम् अविकार्योऽयमुच्यते. तस्मादेवं विदित्वैनं नानुशोचितुमर्हसि.
Air cannot dry it, the soul. None can break it. It can't be burned. It cannot be washed. No weapon can cut the eternal soul. Water cannot wet the subtle soul. It is unborn, endless. It cannot be destroyed. O Arjun, the nature of the soul is unthinkable. It does not undergo change. Even if you accept only this much, it is not wise on your part to grieve.
अथ चैनं नित्यजातं नित्यं वा मन्यसे मृतं तथापि त्वं महाबाहो नैवं शोचितुमर्हसि. जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्यु ध्रुवं जन्म मृतस्य च तस्मात् अपरिहार्येऽर्थे न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि. अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि व्यक्तमध्यानि भारत अव्यक्तनिधनान्येव तत्र का परिदेवना.
O Mahabahu Arjun, if you accept the soul to take birth and die again and again, then also you are not supposed to grieve. The one that is born has to die and will be born again. So it is unwise to grieve for that what is inevitable. None can be seen before birth or after death. One can be seen in between only. We can see the living only in between, so it is undesirable to grieve.
आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति कश्चिदेनम् आश्चर्यवद् वदति तथैव चान्यः आश्चर्यवच्चैनमन्यः शृणोति श्रुत्वाप्येनं वेद न चैव कश्चित् देही नित्यमवध्योऽयं देहे सर्वस्य भारत तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि स्वधर्ममपि चावेक्ष्य न विकम्पितुमर्हसि धर्म्याधियुद्धात् श्रेयोऽन्यत् क्षत्रियस्य न विद्यते.
Rarely the enlightened one knows this amazing quality of the soul, and rarely someone describes this appearance of the soul. Rarely one listens to such description, and rarely one after listening can understand this quality of the soul. O Arjun, soul resides in the body, soul cannot be destroyed, because howsoever hard one tries, soul cannot be killed. So you should not grieve for anyone. Thinking about your dharma, duty, religion, you cannot intimidate yourself. Missionary war is beneficial for Kshatriya.
यदृच्छया चोपपन्नं स्वर्गद्वारमपावृतं सुखिनः क्षत्रिया पार्थ लभन्ते युद्धमीदृशम् अथ चेत्त्वमिमं धर्म्यं संग्रामं न करिष्यसि ततः स्वधर्मं कीर्तिं च हित्वा पापमवाप्स्यसि अकीर्तिं चाभिभूतानि कथयिष्यन्ति ते व्ययाम् सम्भावितस्य चाकीर्ति मरणादतिरिच्यते.
O Parth, such a war opens doors of heaven for a Kshatriya, and such an opportunity comes to the lucky one. If you do not want to fight this war, then neglecting your Kshatriya duty of protecting the society, you will be committing a sin. O running away from the battlefield, stigma of cowardice will be pinned to you, and the pain that it will cause will be worse than death.
भयाद् रणातु परतं मंस्यन्ते त्वां महारथाः येषां च त्वं बहुमतः भूत्वा यास्यसि लाघवम् अवाच्यवादांश्च बहून् वदिष्यन्ति तवाहिताः निन्दन्तस्तव सामर्थ्यं ततो दुःखतरं नु किम् हतो वा प्राप्स्यसि स्वर्गं जित्वा वा भोक्ष्यसे महिम् तस्मादुत्तिष्ठ कौन्तेय युद्धाय कृतनिश्चयः.
You will not be considered as leaving due to love for kinsmen, but in the eyes of the great warriors, you will be considered as having run away due to fear. Your enemies will defame you with unkind, insulting words. It will become difficult for you to live bearing insults. O Kunti's son, must remember that in case you are killed in the war, you will go to the heaven, and in case you win, think you will enjoy all pleasures of the kingdom. Decide getting rid of cowardice. Do not run away from your duty and fight with all your might.
सुख दुःखे समे कृत्वा लाभालाभौ जयाजयौ ततो युद्धाय युज्यस्व नैवं पापमवाप्स्यसि एषा ते विहिता सांख्ये बुद्धिर्योगे त्विमां शृणु बुद्ध्या युक्तो यया पार्थ कर्मबन्धं प्रहास्यसि नेहाभिक्रमनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्.
Abandon the idea of happiness and sorrow, win and defeat. Just do your duty, that is war, which will keep you away from the touch of any sin. So far, I have given you knowledge about the soul. O Parth, now get the knowledge about Nishkam Karma, Yoga, and by putting this into practice, you will be able to make yourself free from bonds of karma. O Arjun, any act done as Nishkam Karma Yoga is never destroyed, and by following this path, fear of birth and death vanishes.
व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धि एकेह कुरु नन्दन बहुशाखा ह्यनन्दाश्च बुद्धयो व्यवसायिनां यामिमां पुष्पितां वाचं प्रवदन्त्यविपश्चितः वेदवादरदा पार्थ नान्यदस्तीति वादिनः कामात्मानः स्वर्गपराः जन्मकर्मफलप्रदां क्रियाविशेषबहुलां भोगैश्वर्यगतिं प्रति.
Kurunandan, to tread on this beneficial path, one needs a definite intellect, whereas intellect of ignorant persons are of various types. O Arjun, the ignorant desires to reap the fruits and do not consider anything above heaven because they want satisfaction and enjoy pleasures of life and cannot think of anything beyond this. They follow the ways given in Vedas and carry out pujas described therein.
भोगैश्वर्यप्रसक्तानां तयापहृतचेतसां व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः समाधौ न विधीयते. त्रैगुण्यविषया वेदाः निस्त्रैगुण्यो भवार्जुन निर्द्वन्द्वो नित्यसत्त्वस्थ निर्योगक्षेम आत्मवान्. यावानर्थ उदपाने सर्वतः सम्प्लुतोदके तावान् सर्वेषु वेदेषु ब्राह्मणस्य विजानतः.
Non-judicious cannot be focused, and even in a state of samadhi, they cannot be stable. Vedas describe three gunas, qualities of nature, sattvic, rajasic and tamasic, which influence the life of everyone. O Arjun, rise above to be free from the influence of these gunas so as to be free from worries. As a small source of water has the same qualities as the sea or the river, and on acquiring a bigger source, the utility of the smaller reduces. The same way, on attaining enlightenment, utilities of Vedas also reduces.
कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भो मा ते सङ्गोऽस्त्वकर्मणि योगस्थः कुरु कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा धनञ्जय सिद्ध्यसिद्ध्यो समो भूत्वा समत्वं योग उच्यते.
You have the right to do your prescribed duties, but do not have any right to decide about its fruits. So never think yourself to be the cause of all that is happening in your life, but at the same time, never ever think of not doing your prescribed duties. O Arjun, give up the desire for fruit of your actions. Just act, denounce attachment, and be stable in success and defeat.
दूरेण ह्यवरं कर्म बुद्धियोगात् धनञ्जय बुद्धौ शरणमन्विच्छ कृपणाफलहेतवः बुद्धियुक्तो जहातीह उभे सुकृतदुष्कृते तस्माद् योगाय युज्यस्व योगः कर्मसु कौशलम्.
O Arjun, reward-seeking act is too small in comparison to Nishkam Karma. Seek refuge in the divine knowledge. Pitiful are those who seek fruits of their actions. The one endowed with wisdom, the one engaged in Nishkam Karma, gets rid of both sin and saintly acts in this life itself. O Arjun, therefore, devote yourself to yoga, which is skillfully working.
कर्मजं बुद्धियुक्ता हि फलं त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणः जन्मबन्धविनिर्मुक्ताः पदं गच्छन्त्यनामयम् यदा ते मोहकलिलं बुद्धिर्व्यतितरिष्यति तदा गन्धासि निर्वेदं श्रोतव्यस्य श्रुतस्य च श्रुति विप्रतिपन्ना ते यदा स्थास्यति निश्चला समाधावचला बुद्धि तदा योगमवाप्स्यसि.
Because the wise who abandons the fruits of his actions gets freed from the compulsions which bind him to birth and attains Amritmaya state. O Arjun, when you are able to cross over the swamps of attachment, then you will attain heard of worth hearing state of detachment. O Arjun, having heard various theories, your mind is confused. When you will be able to steadfast in the true nature of God, then you will be able to correctly analyze this knowledge and your intellect will be able to understand the true nature of existence.
Arjuna uvacha स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा समाधिस्थस्य केशव स्थितधि किं प्रभाषेत किमासीद व्रजेत किम्. श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रजहाति यदा कामान् सर्वान् पार्थमनोगतान् आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्ट स्थितप्रज्ञस्तदोच्यते.
Arjun inquired, O Keshav, what are the characteristics of the one situated in divine consciousness with a stable intellect? How does he talk? How does he sit? Kindly explain. Shri Krishna said, O Arjun, when one gives up all desires arising in the mind, then he is happy within the soul and attains a state of a stable intellect.
दुःखेष्वनुद्विग्नमनः सुखेषु विगतस्पृहः वीतरागभयक्रोध स्थितधीर्मुनिरुच्यते. यः सर्वत्रानभिस्नेहः तत्तत्प्राप्य शुभाशुभम् नाभिनन्दति न द्वेष्टि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता. यदा संहरते चायं कूर्मोऽङ्गानीव सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता.
One who is not panicky in any situation of sorrow and does not desire for any pleasures, there is no fear or anger in his mind, such a person is said to be in the stage having attained state of stable intellect. The one doing what one is supposed to do remains unattached under all conditions, is not delighted on getting what he desires, is not disturbed in unfavorable circumstances, and remains same always is the indication of his having attained stable intellect. As a tortoise withdraws its limbs into the shell on perceiving danger, the one who is able to control all his senses and does not allow his senses to wander in undesirable areas, he is a Karam Yogi established in divine wisdom.
Vishaya vinivartande niraharasya dehinah rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate yadato hyapi kaunteya purushasya vipaschitah indriyani pramadhini haranti prasabham manah.
One may restrain his senses from enjoying their respective objects, but normally the desire for the enjoyment of those objects remains, but as stabilized his intellect, he is able to realize supreme and gives up all desires. O Arjuna, the senses are so powerful and turbulent that they pull away the mind forcibly, even of a person capable of discrimination and practicing self-control.
तानि सर्वाणि संयम्य युक्त आसीत मत्परः वशे हि यस्येन्द्रियाणि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः सङ्गस्तेषुपजायते संगात् संजायते कामः कामात् क्रोधोऽभिजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशः बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति.
The one who is able to control his senses completely and focus his mind on me, such a person has a stable intellect. O Arjun, the one who keeps thinking about sensual pleasures is always running after fulfillment of desires and frowns when desires remain unfulfilled. In the fit of anger, his intellect is destroyed, and then he is unable to distinguish between wrong and right. In such a situation, intellect is destroyed, and when intellect gets destroyed, one is ruined.
रागद्वेषवियुक्तैस्तु विषयानिन्द्रियैश्चरन् आत्मवश्ये विधेयात्मा प्रसादमधिगच्छति प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिरस्योपजायते प्रसन्नचेतसो ह्याशु बुद्धिपर्यवतिष्ठते.
The one who frees himself from desires and grudges by controlling his senses is able to control his mind and can receive complete blessings from God. Thus, when he receives blessing from God, all his sorrows end. He achieves a state of tranquility of mind, and his intellect is firmly established in God.
नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना न चाभावयतः शान्तिः अशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम् इन्द्रियाणां हि चरतां यन्मनोनुविधीयते तदस्य हरति प्रज्ञां वायुर्नावमिवाम्भसि तस्मात् यस्य महाबाहो निगृहीतानि सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता.
Whose mind and senses are not in control, cannot stabilize his intellect, cannot get peace, and is devoid of feelings. How can such a person be happy whose mind is not at peace? As a boat in water is drifted away by the wind, the same way desires of a person control his intellect. O Arjun, the one who has control over his senses and his intellect, doing every action, remains stable.
या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी यस्यां जाग्रति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः आपूर्यमाणम् अचलप्रतिष्ठं समुद्रमाप प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तद्वत् कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे स शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी.
The one who is engrossed in worldly affairs considers physical pleasures as the goal, considers attainment of physical pleasures as the day and the dearth of physical pleasures as the night. Whereas a person of divine knowledge considers physical pleasures as the night and distance from such pleasures is the day for his soul. As the water from rivers merges in the sea and does not disturb it, the same way all enjoyments do not create disorder in the mind of a person of stable intellect.
विहाय कामान् यः सर्वान् पुमांश्चरति निःस्पृहः निर्ममो निरहङ्कार स शान्ति अधिगच्छति एषा भ्रामी स्थितिः पार्थ नैनां प्राप्य विमुह्यति स्थित्वा स्यामन्धकालेऽपि ब्रह्मनिर्वाणमृच्छति। ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे सांख्ययोगो नाम द्वितीयोऽध्यायः।
One who is free from material desires, greed and ego, he only while performing Nishkam karma attains peace. O Arjun, the one who is in such a situation is the one who has realized God, and having attained this state, he is a yogi who cannot be deceived. Till the end, he will remain in the same state and achieve the ultimate peace and tranquility. Om Tat Sat. Thus in Srimad Bhagavad Gita Upanishad, the science of Brahma, the scripture of Yoga, dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjun, the chapter 2 named Sankhya Yoga is over.